Okay, here we go. We are going to learn something new today called logarithms, and some of you have seen a little bit of it before, but for a lot of you, it's brand new. So here's my introduction to logarithms, kind of help. Very good. So what does log base b of x equals a mean? Well, the base is b, and logarithms solve for exponents. So b to the a is equal to x. Yesterday we talked about exponential functions. This is what logarithm means. So the first examples that you're going to be doing on your assignment is right here. It says express the following in exponential form. This is a logarithm. We're going to put it into exponential form. What is the base? What is the exponent? Is 2 to the 5th equal to 32? It is, isn't it? This would be 6 to the 2nd is equal to 36. This would be what? 12 to the 0 is equal to 1. Leah is no longer allowed to answer. How about letter D? 3 to the 5th is equal to 243. E to the 1 is equal to n. Good try. So there's other ways in which we write logarithms without a base. So we'll talk about that. It's neither, not at all. Okay. It's amazing you had this like fourth quarter last year, isn't it? Okay, so log of x is equal to a. What that means is when you don't see a base, the base is 10. That means 10 to the a power is equal to x. So for example, in this situation, log of 100 means 10, a base of 10 to what power is 100? 2. Log of 1,000,000. It's a base of 10, so that means 10 to what power is 1,000,000? 6, very good. Just count the zeros. Yes, 10 to what power is 10? 1. This means, this is where people start to kind of forget things, but 10 to what power is 10 to the 23rd? 10 to the what power is 10 to the 23rd? So what goes in place of the question mark? 23. So it's just 10 to the 23rd is 10 to the 23rd. I didn't hear 23. I heard 10 to the 23. So it is not the same thing. Now we have a log of 0.001. Oh my goodness. This is the same, close. This is the log of 10 to the negative third because 1/1000 is 10 to the negative third. So that means 10 to what power is 10 to the negative 3? Negative 3. So what if you see this? A lot of people say in. That's not in. It means natural logarithm. So right. So who here takes? So if you see ln, then the base is e. E is that special number that we used yesterday. And so what this means is e to what power is equal to x. So look at this one. This is the natural log of e is 1. What does that mean? It means we have a base of e. What's our exponent? 1 is equal to e. As you look at that, does that seem to make sense? Yeah. What's the base for this one, for f? E, what's the exponent? 0 equals, does that make sense? Exactly. After you write an expression, you should be able to make mathematical sense of it afterwards. And hopefully you can. Let's go the opposite direction now. Instead of writing it in exponential form, let's write it in logarithmic form. So that's log base 2. Please make sure that you write the base below log, okay? Like it's a subscript, okay? Logarithms solve for exponents. What is the exponent? 4. And then the number that you're taking the log base 2 of is 16. Okay? This would be log base what? If the base is 10, you don't have to write base 10. It's assumed. It's assumed. So log of what? 100,000 is equal to 5. Log base 8 of 1/64 is -2. Log base of is equal to log. Do I need to write the base? No. Of 1/10 is -1. This time I write natural log. I don't have to write a base of e. ln of e is equal to 1. Again, logarithms solve for the exponents. That's why an 8.0 on the Richter scale is so much greater than a 7.0, because 8 in an exponent is much, much different than a 7 in the exponent. Okay, so your ability to work with logarithms, question. We're actually scratching off letters E and F. You don't need to do those two. Okay, evaluate the following expressions. So what is the log base 4 of 64? That means 4 to what power is 64? Let's see, 4 times 4 is, times 4 more is 64. So that means I took 4 to the 3rd power to get 64. This means 3 to what power is 1/9? When you get a fraction, flip it. 3 to what power is 9? 3 squared is 9. So therefore, Jack, 3 to the -2 is 1/9. Log of 100,000. That means 10 to what power is 100,000? Leslie says 5. She is correct. Some people get confused when they see this. This means 5 to what power is 5 to the 3rd? 5 to the 3rd is 5 to the 3rd. So what fills the question mark? 3. Next one says e to what power is e? 1. And the next one says e to what power is e, or 1 over e squared? Yeah, it's a negative. -2. Okay, cross off E and F, and actually cross off D as well. Now it says find, what's it? Yeah, sure, we'll do it. I'll do it for Campbell afterwards. Just D. D says x to the 1/2 power is equal to 49. So that means a lot of people put 7 right away, but that's not the answer. It means what number do you take the square root of to get 49? Well, 2,401 is the number you take the square root of to get 49. Okay, so it says find x. So how could I write this in a way that I can solve for x? 2 to the third is equal to x. So what would x be? Very good. X is 8. How would I write the next one? X's second is 100. What number do you square to get 100? So x is 10. Very good. 5 to the x is 125. Zelly says, what 5 to what power is 125? He says that would be 3. So x is 3.